So, as you guys are probably aware, to my fellow Ice Nine Kills fans, we're getting a new song. And the promotion for it is really cool too, in that it's USBs located all over the world, and we're slowly building the song. And someone did put out an unfinished version of this new song, which you may be thinking, well, what's the movie? And it's a movie you weren't expecting. It's a song called The Great Unknown, which is about the Matrix. And I have to wonder, this made me wonder the whole time. And actually, my good friend Jason and I were talking about this last night, and we basically kind of had this thought of, what if the Silver Screen Part 3 is a sci-fi one? Like, all the movies are science fiction. So that's what we're going to talk about here. Now, nothing's confirmed, nothing is stated, but I will say there are some clues that kind of give that thought process. And again, I acknowledge that I could be totally wrong in this regard. I could be 100% absolutely just wrong on this, and I accept that. But there are a lot of clues thematically, because Ice Nine Kills is also has an overarching story. So let's get into it and talk about why I think we're kind of moving from horror to science fiction. And I'm not going to say, as I'm saying this video, I'm also going to point out that, I don't think every movie is going to be... Yeah, I don't think that every single every single song they talk about is going to be solely just science fiction. I think there'll be some science fiction horror in there, because it's still Ice Nine Kills. So let's get into it. So The Great Unknown, like I said, The Great Unknown is a song about the Matrix. Not really a horror movie per se. It's also not giving a lot of scary vibes. And I gotta be honest, I know it's an unfinished version, but as I was listening to it, I was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. Now, again, that could change when we get the full version. Again, this is part of promotion where people are slowly putting the song together, so maybe when we get the full version of it, July 9th, maybe it can be better. So I'm going to slow my roll on that. But the other thing, story-wise, as to why it looks like science fiction could be our, story going forward, is that in the lore of Ice Nine Kills, there is lore. Basically, the story is that Spencer is out of commission, and their manager wants to use AI to play for Spencer. And they've kind of played very cheekily with it, with using AI for their promotion lately. And a lot of people were thinking maybe it's Terminator, maybe it's Megan, and I don't think anyone was expecting the Matrix. That was a twist. But yeah, it does look like with the AI Spencer story arc going on, and with this song, it basically, to me at least, it really does kind of feel like we are going into science fiction or science fiction horror. So I'm going to talk about, what do I think is going to be in, what do I think is going to be in this album, in this supposed science fiction album? So we're going to talk about that. And I'm always interested to hear what you say in the comments below. So, what I think is in this, if they're doing this science fiction album, there's a lot of songs they can pull from, and a ton of movies. First and foremost, I would love it to see The Thing. The Thing is my favorite horror movie of all time. It is science fiction horror, and they are no secrets to being John Carpenter fans, especially Spencer. So The Thing I would love to see. Another film I would love to see, and we're going to go horror science fiction first, before we do other science fiction films. And that's Event Horizon. Event Horizon is a just batshit bonkers film, and I think they would do some really fun stuff in the music video. I could definitely see, Spencer making himself look like Sam Neill's character in the music video. Next one for science fiction horror, Scanners. Yeah, Scanners. Again, just the music video idea alone of him, of like Spencer blowing up someone's head with his mind, that you have to know that if they do a song about scanners, that would have to be in a music video. So there you go. So I think scanners is it could be a possibility. We also have, what else? Another science fiction movie would probably, like for horror side, Videodrome. They always, like, Videodrome would make a lot of sense because Spencer and the rest of the guys do like to do horror movies that are also lesser known and more cult favorite. And you can't get more cult science fiction than, Videodrome. So yeah, Videodrome. I would also say, to add to that, and obviously Alien. You'd have to do, if you're going to do this, you gotta have, if you're going to do, especially with science fiction horror, Alien has to be on there, right? Like, Alien has to be in that circle, right? Now, as for other science fiction movies I could see that aren't really horror, RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop would probably be one. I could see, they'd make a reference to a shot through the dick in the song. They'd have to. And also reference, Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me. I could also see for science fiction film, like solely science fiction films, I could see the, oh god, I lost it. I could easily see, The Abyss. It's not really a horror movie. It's more about exploration, so I can see The Abyss. I could see, War Games. It's technically science fiction. War Games a possibility. But yeah, I think it, I also think Blade Runner. Yeah, Blade Runner would be a possibility too. Also, Jason also supposed, maybe they'll go further back, maybe do songs about War of the Worlds, the original 1950s, or Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which I think would also be cool. So yeah, again, nothing's been confirmed, and this could just be, just coincidence, but everything just feels like it's pointing to that. But again, I acknowledge I could be wrong, and this is just more for discussion. So you guys tell me in the comments below, do you think Ice Nine Kills' next album will be more science fiction centric? And if so, what science fiction movies / science fiction horror movies would you like to see done? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.